Hello, everybody, and welcome to an all new episode of Mitali Unfiltered. First of all, I want to say a big thank you for 50k subscribers on this channel. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for showing all your love. And this video is going to be about the 21 things that I learned in 21 years of my life. I'm turning 21 in a couple of days. I'm shooting this video 2 days before my birthday. I'm so excited and I was so happy while jotting out these things. And let's begin. The first thing has to be importance of fitness. Eating healthy, physical movement, and in the long term, how all of this affects your life. It's really important, because right now in your 20s or in your 30s this doesn't show, but when you actually turn 40, 50, 60, your 20s ka lifestyle really starts to show impact on how you are healthy or not, or what kind of medicines you're taking, are you able to move or not. It's really important to stay healthy, and not just for your future self but also for your present self, because I feel when we are healthy, we eat better, we make better choices, we are in a better place mentally, and we are able to do better at our workplace as well. Number 2 is accepting myself the way I am. As a child, I was very conscious about my body, about how do I look, about how do people judge me, am I a good person or not in their eyes, or am I fat, am I lean, and all of that. I have started accepting each and every inch of my body the way it is, but that does not mean that I would not work on my body anymore. I will definitely do that, but this body has helped me do all the things that I've done till date in life. So it is extremely important to be grateful about your body, the scars, the bumps, the things that I have been bullied about a lot of times, like my teeth or my body, my stretch marks, the bumps I have here and there. I have accepted all of them very closely. Coming on to the next thing, and this one is very important, that your parents are not perfect. Not just your parents, in fact, your elders are not perfect. In an Indian setup, I believe it is taught to us that whatever our elders say, you have to listen to it quietly, respect them, and whatever they're saying, it's right. But I have understood this the hard way, that no, the elders are not always right. Sometimes your parents are also not right while they advise you. They obviously want the best for you, but sometimes while giving these advices, they do not end up making things the best for you. So yeah, please realize this thing, that sometimes your parents might also be wrong. Next is learning and its importance. When I talk about learning, I'm not just talking about your textbooks, your schools, your colleges, the courses that you're doing, the mainstream things. No, I'm talking about learning outside school, learning outside colleges, because again, this is the one thing that I've realized the hard way, is that our education system is flawed. There are a lot of things that should be taught to us, but they're not taught to us from our schools or our colleges. For example, taxes, for example, how to manage your finances, how to invest money, how should you go about starting a business, and how to monetize your skills and stuff like that. And I think for that, learning is very important. Taking up small courses, summer courses, and small weekend workshops, learning different things, soft skills, hard skills, everything, and just continuously learning is very important. The fifth is importance of living alone and doing things independently. I think this is so important, and this also I have learned after getting into college, probably from my second year of college, that it is not always possible that someone or the other will also be wanting to do whatever you want to do, but that does not mean you sacrifice your own choices and you do whatever the other person wants or what a group wants. You should always prioritize what you want, and if need be, you have to do it on your own. You have to go out on your own. I think you should do it. You should start doing things alone, because one, it teaches you a lot of things. Once you start doing things alone, you become independent. You become you stop worrying, or you start worrying less about people's opinions and how they'll judge you and what they'll think about you. So yeah, I think doing things alone is a really good therapy. Sixth point is traveling has a lot of impact on you, and even better and even more impactful is solo travel. So this year I promised myself to travel more. I added it in my vision board and also my bucket list, and till now I have taken a lot of trips, and it's just half the year that has gone, and I'm so glad that I did all of that. Now I travel very mindfully. I try to catch all of the good things about a culture wherever I go. For example, we went to Ladakh. I try to analyze, how people are living in such remote areas with so less resources, and no roads, no places to go, no source of entertainment, no networks, nothing, and still they're living such a happy and joyful life. That is how traveling has an impact on you, and as and when you travel to different places, you get new experiences and learnings. For now, my bucket list is that I want to travel to more temples in India. And 10-year-old Mitali would have never thought that 21-year-old Mitali wants to go to more temples, but yes, I want to go. Seventh point is prioritizing my peace of mind. Now this is extremely important. I believe in the Indian setting, again, as girls, a lot of girls are taught to sacrifice what they want for what their family wants or what the others want. But I believe it is really important for everyone, not just girls or boys, everyone, to prioritize themselves and their peace of minds first. Because if you are not at peace with yourself and your mind, you can't make a happy, healthy relationship, be it with your parents, with your friends, with your life partner. I think it's really important to be in a good place mentally, first of all, for yourself, and then only your relationships can get healthier. Eighth point, if I'm not wrong, is comparison is a snake. And I saw a reel very recently which I want to talk about here. It said that imagine if you're lying on your deathbed, and you know that you're going to die in a matter of few seconds or a few minutes, and suddenly God comes back to you and he says that he'll give you one more chance to live your life. And you close your eyes, and when you open them, you land up in this situation today where you are. Now imagine how will you live your life, and now think, will those small fears, those small comparisons, those small anxieties affect you as much or no? I think this had a pretty huge impact on me, because yeah, I felt that these comparisons, the anxieties or the panic attacks that I have, that okay, this person is doing better than me, or I could have done this thing better or that thing better, is just so petty when we think about life in general, which is such a long journey, and we have so many moments in life to correct our small mistakes. But for that, we stop living life, we stop enjoying the smaller moments, we stop enjoying what we have in hand. So I think, yeah, comparison is that one thing that I want to eliminate from my life forever. 10th says not being overconfident of what I have achieved. जिसने दिया है वो कभी ले भी सकता है. Now here I want to just say that when I was a kid, like when I was a teenager, I used to be very overconfident. Like there was a certain phase in my life when I became really overconfident because I was the class topper. I was, an all-rounder sort of. And in the very next year, like when I got into the next standard, I literally couldn't top the entire year. I didn't know how did that happen, but it did happen. And I believe God did that to break my ego, to make me understand that, listen, this is like, this is my way. I if I have given you a particular place, a particular position, and if you are in that command, I can always take it back from you. And this is also coming from a place where I remember when I was young, my granddad, he used to tell me a lot of stories of how Bhagwan Krishna, he happened to break egos of the Pandavas. He has told me individual stories of how he did for Bhim, how he did for Arjun, how he did for Yudhishthir, and I believe that is just the real thing. And even if you are someone who doesn't believe in God, believe in that energy around you, believe in universe around you. I believe the universe gives us things because we work hard for them. But once we start being overconfident about them, that okay, I can do this, I can do that, and this is just made for me or whatever, the universe can always take it back from us. So yeah, I do not want to be overconfident about whatever I achieve in life, today, tomorrow, and whenever. The 11th point is destiny has a big role to play. Now, this can, hurt a few people, and a lot of people might not agree to this. But these are my learnings from my life, from what I have experienced, and that is what I'm sharing with you. Why do I say this? Let me tell you. While I was preparing for my NEET, I believe there were so many students who were at par with me, and there were a lot of students whose knowledge was much more than me. And a lot of situations happened before we gave our NEET. Lockdown happened, COVID happened, coaching shut down, and some students could not study at all, some students could study a lot better. All of that happened, and in all of that process, I saw that when I saw our result sheet, I came to understand that there were a lot of people who knew much, much more than me. At least I feel that. But still, they scored lesser than me. They had a rank which was not that good. Matlab, as much as I felt that they deserved this rank, they didn't get that rank. There can be a lot of reasons for it, but what I feel is that the universe observes you in every way. And not just how much of hard work are you doing in that particular thing, what kind of a human you are. I saw a lot of people who used to be very arrogant about their knowledges, but when the actual results came out, they were pretty different. So yeah, I feel again that the universe observes you in every way and gives you the result that you deserve cumulatively out of your behavior, your hard work, how have you been with other people, and all that. The 12th point is it's very important to spend wisely. Again, as I was talking, that we're not taught about finances a lot in our schools and colleges. I feel that now that I have started earning at a very early age, one disadvantage is that I do not know a lot about how to invest my money, or about how should I go about spending it, where should I spend it, and all of those things. Of course, I'm trying to learn it, and I believe this is really important, because I read somewhere that a penny spent is a penny invested. So make sure that you're spending and investing your money very, very wisely. 13th point is value my achievements. Now, as I talked about that, I don't want to be overconfident about my achievements, but at the same time, I do not want to neglect them either. I do not want that I completely neglect what I have in life and just say or just crib about things that I do not have in my life. I really need to be grateful. I really need to have that sense of gratitude towards God, towards the universe, towards the energy that has given me all of that I'm having right now. So, yeah. 14th says being empathetic to people and understanding them, because I believe this is not just important for us as humans to be understood, or that someone is empathetic towards us. It's also important that we as humans, when someone is sharing their feelings with us, or when someone is trying to tell us something, we try to understand their point of view as well. We try to keep ourselves in their shoes and then understand what is the reason that this person feels a certain way. 15th point says reading books and listening to podcasts. So, again, I have learned this quite later in my life. My mom used to insist a lot on me that I should start reading books, but back in my teens, I was not very much interested in reading books. But post need, I would say, when I got into college, I got very much attracted to non-fiction books. I started reading self-help books. I started reading a bit of fiction also, and I started realizing that reading books makes a lot of difference in the sort of perspective that you have, the sort of point of views you're trying to create. It does make a lot of difference. And also listening to podcasts, because I feel that it is much more convenient than reading books. You don't have to carry a book physically. You can just listen to a podcast on your phone. You can listen to a podcast at any time. For reading a book, you need a bit of concentration and a silent place, but for a podcast, nothing of that sort is needed, and you learn from people firsthand who have faced things, who have learned about things themselves. They themselves teach you a lot of things that sometimes books can't teach us. I guess this is the 16th point, which says importance of manifesting and visualizing. This point also comes from the book that I'm reading right now, which is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which has made me understand that manifestation and visualization has a lot of role. And before reading this book, I did not believe very strongly that there is something called the subconscious mind, but now I do, and the power of the subconscious mind is immense. You can literally get anything done by your subconscious mind if you believe, if you have faith, and if you are willing to do it. So yes, I believe that manifestations really help. Just thinking about what you really want in your life and visualizing yourself having it makes an impact, and I have faced it myself. 17th point is life is not fair, but sooner or later you will be awarded for the efforts you put. Now, why do I say this? I'll tell you. When my Instagram got disabled, I just felt that my 3 years of hard work, of everything that I did to build it, just went away in like seconds, and now nothing can really be done of it. But I was, somewhere I had that hope that maybe it comes back, or maybe this happens, or maybe that happens. But you're not sure that what is going to happen. You're not God. You cannot predict things. So yeah, but when it came back, I just felt like, oh my god, wow. Because at that point of time when I lost it, I used to feel like, why me? Why did this happen to me? There are so many people who have secured accounts and everything. Why did this happen to me particularly? And that life is not fair. I did so much of mehnat and then nothing really happened and all of that stuff. But when my account came back, I started working. In a matter of 2 months, I grew a lot on Instagram. And now I realize the fact that, yeah, I am being rewarded for the efforts that I put in 3 years ago or 2 years ago. At that point, of course, I was not being rewarded, and of course, I felt that probably life is not fair. But today, all the rewards that I'm getting out of it is only because of the efforts that I've put. On number 17, we have the importance of choosing the right career. Now, again, this is so important, but we don't realize it at the age when we actually have to choose our careers, because I believe at 15 or 16 years of age, and even at 18 years of age, I don't think we're this mature or we have so much exposure in life that we're able to decipher that what do I have to do for the rest of my life. But now I understand that taking a career just for the sake of doing it, or just because your parents are telling you that it's a stable career or it has money, or just because your sibling has pursued the same career, doing it for that is really not worth it, and it's just a waste of time. Your career is so important because you're going to do that same thing for the rest of your life. We all are so careful when we choose our life partners. हमारे पेरेंट्स पूरे परिवार की जांच पड़ताल करते हैं before getting us married off to some family, because we're going to live with that person for the rest of our lives, so we need to be sure. Then why do we take such hasty decisions with our career? It's really important to choose a career that suits you, that helps you grow, that satisfies your creative and your needs, basically what you want to do in life. Number 18 पे I have that taking control of your mind and emotions by probably doing yoga or doing meditation is very important, because we as humans, अगर मैं हिंदी में बोलूँ तो हम बहुत चंचल होते हैं. We do not have control over our emotions. हम कभी भी गुस्सा हो सकते हैं, हम कभी भी खुश हो सकते हैं. किसी की कोई बात हमें किसी टाइम पे बुरी लग सकती है, और वो सेम बात कभी किसी और टाइम पे वो बोले तो अच्छी भी लग सकती है. So like we are a bit different sort of people, and हम सब को कोई ना कोई इमोशनल प्रॉब्लम होती है. किसी को एंगर इश्यूज़ होते हैं, तो किसी को एंशियसनेस होती है, किसी को पैनिक अटैक्स आते हैं, एंड so far and so forth. But I feel that it's really important to sit down, close your eyes, look at your inner self, talk to it, and make them understand, take control of them, take control of your own emotions, because once they are in control of you, trust me, you can win anything in this world. On number 19, I have quality greater than quantity when it comes to friendships. If I have to say this out aloud, I literally have as many people in life as I can count on my fingers, whom I can call close friends, जिनसे मैं जाके बात कर सकती हूँ when I feel like. And our friendship is not limited to Instagram, not limited to going out and partying or having food together. It's about understanding each other, about worrying about each other, and all that stuff. So I feel friendships, for me at least, they mean this, that if someone is worried about me, cares about me, no matter अगर वो मेरे साथ पार्टी करता है या नहीं करता, no matter अगर वो मेरी खुशी में मेरे साथ है कि नहीं है, अगर वो दुख में मेरे साथ है, that is when I call him or her a close friend. On the 20th, I have forgive your parents. I mean, I have come to understand this, that again, especially in Indian settings, a lot of us have a lot of childhood trauma, and a lot of times it is because of our parents. I'm not saying that parents do things on purpose, or because they want to hurt you or whatever, but I feel that sometimes parents think that what they're doing is for the good of the child, but they end up making things worse for their children. So even I have certain instances in I have had such instances in my childhood, that when I recall them now, I really feel angry, or I really feel bad about those instances. but I feel that we really need to forget and forgive them for whatever they've done, because honestly they were also in their learning phase. Because parenthood कोई सिखाता नहीं है, it's just a trial and error method that our parents apply on us, and if that works वो हो, and if that doesn't, then the childhood trauma happens. And the last but not all the least is to value your time and not to disrespect it. Now this one is very very important, and this again I have learned towards the later part of my life, that time is a whole dimension of this world. Time is so important, and we as humans neglect it so many times that after a point time stops respecting us, and then when once time goes against us, the world goes against us. So yeah, this was about this podcast. These were the 21 things that I've learned in 21 years of my life. I hope you enjoyed listening to this one, and if you did, do not forget to like, share, subscribe and follow us on Spotify. I will be really happy if you do that. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for listening to this. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.